Flowing from the icy heights of the eastern Himalayas, the Tista carves its way through steep mountain valleys, through landscapes both wild and cultivated. Originating in the Indian state of Sikkim, the river weaves through the lush hills and the fertile plains of northern West Bengal before crossing into Bangladesh. Here, it becomes more than a waterway. It is the heartbeat of a region, sustaining millions with its abundant resources. As the lifeblood of northern Bangladesh, the Tista shapes the land and the lives of those who depend on it. Its waters irrigate vast stretches of farmland, nurture fisheries, and provide daily sustenance for countless communities. But the river's significance extends far beyond its banks. It is a critical artery for agriculture, trade, and ecosystem health, linking distant highlands to the heart of the delta. From breathtaking aerial vistas to the intricate network of streams and channels, the Tista's journey is a geographical marvel and a testament to nature's power and generosity. Yet this river of abundance brings with it hope and hardship. What is the Teesta Master Plan? At its core, the Teesta Master Plan is a comprehensive blueprint for transforming the river's future. Developed by experts and policymakers, this plan maps out a path to sustainably manage the Tista's waters, securing livelihoods and protecting communities. The purpose is clear: to balance the river's power with the needs of the people. The plan's main objectives are threefold. First, to ensure reliable water supply for agriculture, even during the dry season. Second, to prevent destructive floods that threaten homes and farmland each year. Third, to restore the river's health, safeguarding its delicate ecosystems for generations to come. Detailed blueprints, animated diagrams of embankments, engineers in planning meetings. For the millions who rely on the Tista, this plan is more than paperwork. It is a promise of stability, prosperity, and a sustainable future. The Teesta Master Plan stands at the crossroads of ambition and caution. On one side, the promise is undeniable. Imagine fields of lush green, nourished by reliable irrigation, where farmers no longer fear the dry season. Picture thriving markets, new jobs, communities shielded from floods. For many, the plan is a beacon of hope, an engine for economic growth and stability in northern Bangladesh. But progress rarely comes without a price. As construction ramps up, concerns emerge. Environmentalists warn of altered river flows and threatened habitats. The delicate balance of local ecosystems could be disrupted, risking the loss of native species and natural resources. For some villagers, the promise of a better tomorrow is overshadowed by the fear of displacement as new embankments and infrastructure reshape the landscape and lives. Beyond the riverbanks, diplomatic currents run strong. The Tista flows across borders, and any change upstream can spark tensions downstream. Negotiations grow tense, with stakeholders weighing national interests against regional harmony. The Teesta Master Plan is more than an engineering project. It is a test of balance, between growth and preservation, hope and caution, unity and division. Its success will depend not only on concrete and steel, but on the wisdom to navigate these competing currents. The Tista River, a lifeline and a curse for northern Bangladesh. It brings life-giving silt, but also devastating floods that wash away homes. Today, an ambitious project dreams of taming this river, the Tista River Comprehensive Management and Restoration Project. This grand plan aims to control the river's destructive nature and harness its potential. Through dredging, embankment construction, and irrigation systems, the Tista is to be transformed into a manageable resource. The goal: year-round water availability for agriculture and protection from floods. The story of the Tista River does not flow in isolation. Its waters ripple across borders, touching the lives of millions in Bangladesh, touching the lives of millions in India, touching the wider world. As the Teesta Master Plan takes shape, stakeholders increasingly recognize a shared responsibility. Neighboring countries are deeply entwined in the Tista's future. India, Bangladesh. Their negotiations over water sharing have often been tense, yet the river offers a unique opportunity, a chance to build trust and foster cooperation that transcends political boundaries. International organizations have stepped in: United Nations, World Bank, They advocate for fair water governance and offer frameworks for sustainable management. Global stakeholders bring ideas, environmental groups, development partners. From advanced water monitoring technologies to nature-based flood control solutions, the world is watching and contributing to the Tista's transformation. Diplomatic channels are opening. Multilateral dialogues aim to bridge divides and create a blueprint for shared prosperity. There is growing optimism that through collaboration and creative diplomacy, the Tista can become a model for transboundary river management. By working together, nations can turn this river of contention into a symbol of unity, resilience, hope, ensuring its waters nourish generations to come. The future of the Tista may be shaped not by conflict, but by collective vision and cooperation. For the approximately 30 million people living in the Tista Basin, this river dictates the pace of life. Its waters irrigate rice and jute fields, which are the primary source of livelihood for countless farming families. When the Tista thrives, communities also thrive. But the cycle of floods and droughts brings uncertainty to farmers' lives. The cultural identity of this region is centered around the river through stories, songs, and traditions. The river serves as an important waterway for transport, connecting remote villages and supporting local trade. Effective management of the Tista is not just an economic necessity, but a social and human imperative. For this ambitious project, Bangladesh has moved forward with strategic cooperation with China. Power Construction Corporation of China has been identified as the primary entity to implement this transformative project. Chinese funding is crucial for this project, estimated to be over $1 billion. Power China's proposal includes plans for 110 kilometers of dredging, land reclamation, and water flow control. This partnership is a practical approach to solving Bangladesh's national problems as part of China's Belt and Road Initiative. This cooperation paves the way for self-sufficiency in water management and economic development in a historically neglected region. The biggest hurdle is the unresolved issue of water sharing with India. The Tista is a transboundary river. For decades, the two countries have failed to reach an agreement on sharing the river's water. India's Gajaldobha barrage upstream has already reduced water flow, highlighting the need for understanding with the neighboring country for large infrastructure projects. Large engineering projects have environmental concerns. There could be an impact on aquatic biodiversity and the balance of floodplains. Securing $1 billion investment and negotiating loan agreement terms are huge challenges. Perfect coordination among government agencies, international partners, and local communities is essential. The Tista River, source of life for millions, has become a symbol of diplomatic complexity. For decades, Bangladesh and India have navigated a turbulent path over the river's water distribution. The origins of the dispute trace back to the 1950s agriculture livelihoods regional stability. Over the years, numerous bilateral discussions have been held, most notably the 1983 ad hoc agreement, which allocated 36% of the water to Bangladesh and 39% to India, leaving the remainder unallocated. However, this arrangement was never formalized, and water sharing remains unresolved. Key points of contention include upstream water withdrawals by India, particularly through the Gajaldobha barrage, which Bangladesh claims significantly reduces downstream flow during the dry season. Diplomatic efforts have continued at the highest levels, with multiple rounds of talks and summit meetings. Handshakes, tense negotiations, river basin maps. While India cites its own agricultural demands in West Bengal, Bangladesh emphasizes the devastating impact on its northern communities, where farmers struggle with water scarcity and seasonal crop failures are becoming more frequent. Recent developments include renewed dialogue under regional cooperation frameworks with both countries, expressing a willingness to seek equitable solutions. However, local communities on both sides remain anxious, their lives hanging in the balance as politicians debate policy. Interviews and images from riverside villages reveal the human face of the dispute: children collecting water from shrinking streams and farmers watching their fields dry up. The Tista's story is not just about numbers or treaties, it is about the shared future of two nations. As negotiations continue, the world watches. hoping for a resolution that honors both the river's legacy and the needs of its people. Successful implementation will revolutionize Bangladesh's food security. Reliable year-round irrigation will increase agricultural productivity. Effective flood control will usher in a new era of disaster resilience, creating opportunities for long-term development and investment. This project is essentially a blueprint for climate adaptation, building strong defenses against increasingly unpredictable weather. The successful Teesta model could set a precedent for future cooperation in managing other transboundary rivers in South Asia. The ideal scenario, a trilateral dialogue between representatives from Bangladesh, India and China discussing integrated water management. The Teesta Master Plan is not just an engineering project, it is a catalyst for a brighter future of food security, disaster resilience and regional stability. For Bangladesh, this is an opportunity to build a safe and prosperous future for generations to come. As the Tista River winds through the plains, its waters carry more than just silt and promise. They bear the weight of intricate political and diplomatic maneuvering. The Teesta Master Plan stands at the crossroads of regional ambition and global attention. Its fate shaped as much in conference rooms as on riverbanks. Political meetings, international summits, Bangladesh, India, China. Each nation's interests flow into the Teesta. Alliances, rivalries, strategic calculations. Diplomatic standoffs have punctuated the river's recent history. Key moments, such as high-profile bilateral talks, public statements from leaders, the signing of water-sharing agreements, the stalling of water-sharing agreements, have made international headlines. The Teesta's future has repeatedly been shaped by these events, with each side weighing domestic priorities against regional cooperation. International organizations, including the United Nations, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, have sometimes stepped in, urging dialogue and equitable resource sharing. Their involvement highlights the river's significance beyond national borders, framing it as a test case for transboundary water diplomacy in a changing world. As flags flutter and hands are shaken or withheld, the Teesta remains both a symbol and a stage for broader geopolitical dynamics. The river's master plan is not just an engineering challenge, but a diplomatic puzzle whose solution could redefine relationships and set new norms for cooperation across South Asia. In the end, the politics of the Teesta remind us, rivers may be shaped by nature, but their destinies are often written by people, and the deals they make or break at the negotiating table. As the sun sets over the winding Teesta, we are reminded that this river is more than a line on a map. It's a lifeline for millions, a crucible of dreams and challenges, and a symbol of hope for the region. Through its journey, we've explored the ambitious Teesta Master Plan, its vision to transform landscapes, empower communities, and spark economic growth. We've seen how cooperation, innovation, and resilience are essential to overcoming the hurdles, political, environmental, and social, from international negotiations to local livelihoods. The Teesta's story is written by the hands and hearts of many. Its future depends not only on policymakers and engineers, but on everyone who calls its banks home, and on viewers like you who care about the fate of shared resources. Now we turn to you. What do you believe is the best path forward for the Teesta River? How can we balance progress with preservation and diplomacy with the needs of people and nature? Share your thoughts, ideas, and hopes in the comments below. Your voice matters in shaping the next chapter of the Teesta's story. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your suggestions for the future of the Teesta River. Together, let's keep the current of conversation and cooperation flowing strong.